Hey kids, it's episode 11. How amazing. And today we have a wonderful, although slightly unknown to us, plant. So we're going to need your help. But in order to find out what it is, let's go and check with Nat.
Hi, Natasha here from Scotland, down by the river again actually, which I wasn't expecting to find this one, but this one's taller than me. This is the wonderful mullein, the Bascom Thaspers. Very distinctive, very striking, very beautiful and very useful. Jaden, let's discuss this one.
Mullein it is then. Come on Nat, let's have a chat. Hey sweets, mullein it is then. Tell me everything you know. I'm like a sponge.
The Bascom Thaspers, which I love that. The Bascom Thaspers is the Latin.
Okay. Sounds like a real like heavy Indonesian New Age cocktail.
I just like the kind of phonetics of the Bascom Thaspers. A bit like milk thistle is Silybum marianus. So when you put that out, it looks like Silybum marianus.
Then we should do a show on Silybum marianus as well. Then I think that would be lovely.
That's not how you say the last bit, but that's how I remember it. Yeah, Bascom makes me feel.
Oh, I'm going to say it, and that's come from medical herbalist.
Quote by.
So tell me, mullein.
A beautiful, tall, growing plant that is so good. Its leaves are very kind of soft and
Mulleinish,
yes. But they are very good for the lungs.
Okay. In what way? Smoking them?
You can smoke them if you want to. They soothe the lungs. They're better off as tea and tincture than smoking, really. Okay. Everything's better than smoking. And it coats the lungs and heals them, but also as an expectorant. Okay. So it will bring up
all the phlegm and stuff. Nice.
Yeah. And is good for asthma. Just really anything to do with the lungs.
Okay. And that's just the leaves?
That's the leaves.
Is it a flowering plant? Can you eat other parts?
It's a tall stalk of a flower that has yellow flowers as it goes through the season of mullein anyway, and it comes from the bottom and goes all the way up. A bit like rosebay willow, where the flowers start at the bottom and then they seed. And the flowers are picked and to put into oil and used for earaches and ear infection.
Okay. Seeds, are they used for anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
Or the root or the bark?
No, just the leaves and the flowers that I'm using.
So leaves, smoking. Could you make like a no, I guess it wouldn't work. You couldn't make like a compress of them and put them on your chest if you had a cold or anything like that, would you?
Yeah, you can do that. It's just that we don't tend to do those sort of applications these days.
Right.
People kind of don't want to have the prescription of put those leaves on you and then go to work. Right, so they just want to take the tincture or the pill or the tea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will definitely get through the skin and into the lungs that way.
Okay, so this is kind of medicinal. Is there anything culinary? Or is it really culinary?
No, I've never used it culinarily.
Easy for you to say. I've never used it culinarily, ever.
No, me neither. I don't know of anyone doing that either.
Okay. Do you know people at home? Have you used it for anything, or do you know anyone that's used any part of the plant of the mullein for culinary purposes, or do you have any other kind of ailments that it can treat apart from lungs and ear infections? So it's a beautiful plant. It can be used really well, but it's limited. It's not like last week we discussed the elder, which had a plethora of culinary and medicinal kind of properties. This one's a little bit earache, lungs, can't eat it.
It's a bit more. I think you can eat it. And I'm sure there are other cultures that, and if we were to look further back, it's just that I don't have as much information about it.
Okay.
So that's where we do the call out. Let us know your information.
Absolutely. How do we eat it, kids? Please let us know. And then Nat can add it to her memoirs, and I can add it to what I might be able to find here in Mexico, and it's going to be cheaper than me going to supermarkets. So it'd be wonderful. The days of asparagus have gone now, darling. Now I've been speaking to you because I now know a plethora of other plants that I can use as a green with my roast dinners. So including dandelion that we discussed a while back. Cool. So anything else to add with regards to Marlene?
No, I feel quite lacking in this department.
It's okay. It doesn't make you any less of a person. We still love you and we still thank you for your knowledge. And I think then we're going to have to go and see if the other ladies know anything.
I'm sure they do.
Let's go and check it out. See you later, darling.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, Nat. Lovely to see you again this week. We do need a little bit more information. So let's go and see what our wonderful transatlantic herbalist and the wonderful witch of the West Country, Layla Neal and Jackie Thackway, have to say about today's chosen plant.
Okay, so we've got a first year mullein plant here, and one of the giveaways is the soft furry rabbit ear type leaves. This is a first year. It hasn't started to grow that really amazing tall spear that's usually covered with yellow flowers. These leaves are perfect for tea now. I wouldn't use the root. I wouldn't get the root yet. But traditionally, this is not a native plant. It was brought over by settlers, but it has been used indigenously and traditionally. We know it as really the long herb, but there's lots and lots of uses. Indigenously, this was used in a lot of tobacco smoking mixture for protection and kind of spiritual practices. If we go over here, this is a second year plant that's going into seed or gone into seed. These were used kind of ingeniously with tallow on for torches and for light. The leaves were sometimes put in the bottoms of shoes for soft padding. When this is in flower, it's covered in lovely yellow flowers, and it can be infused in oil for ear, medicinally for ear oils. So it's a pretty special plant, and it grows prolifically here in northern Michigan. I'm going to be gathering some of these seeds for next year. And here's probably a second year one, but not really fully big or fully to size yet. But here's some of those yellow flowers, and you would pick these and infuse these in 6 weeks in olive oil, and really good for ear infections. I actually do have some of the leaves drying right now, so we'll use that for tea, for sore throats, and it's a really good autumn and winter herb for coughs and bronchial issues. But it's really very, very pretty too, and you've seen it on all 3 stages now.
So today's magical herb is mullein. We've got a lot of that growing where I live, and I use it quite prolifically. And like all the herbs that we're discussing at the moment, it has many, many, many magical uses. One of the things I love about mullein is that it is often used as a torch, if you like, over the summer solstice. So you can actually carry it and burn it in bundles, and it's used and it burns really well, but always be cautious, obviously, playing with fire. And it's often used to represent the sun god at midsummer. And because you can use it as a torch, you can also use it as a substitute for candles, which I've never used it for candles, but I know that you can use it as a substitute for candles. It's said to give people courage. I think it's because it stands upright, and it's such a tall, straight, backboned, if you like, plant. it is said to give people courage. So if you carry mullein with you in the pocket or in the sachet, to things like job interviews or things that make you feel a bit more nervous or a bit anxious, mullein is said to give you courage in those situations. It's also good for protection, as many of these herbs are. And like the others we've discussed, you can hang the leaves or even dry the blossoms, the blooms, and hang them in your house for protection, particularly protection from negative spirits or negative energies. It's really good dried and used in incense to clear an atmosphere of a home, maybe where there's been a haunting or where there's been negative vibrations. It's a really good one for clearing a space on the etheric level. It's said to protect against lightning. I have no idea whether it does or not, but it's said to protect against lightning. However, there's a warning with that. If you bring mullein into the home for no apparent reason, then it's said to actually attract lightning to the home as opposed to protect it. It's also said that it's a good herb to ward off nightmares and night terrors. And I know lots of people suffer with night terrors, and I think that comes from anxiety. However, it's said that if you make a mullein dream bag, a little pouch with the crumbled up leaves into the pouch itself and put it under the pillow, it's said to be able to protect you from nightmares and night terrors. And also, because it gives you courage as well, I think it's really good to give you the courage as well to face those night terrors and those nightmares. It can also be used in love spells, and it is said that it will help you reveal a future lover or to see if somebody is being faithful to you. One of the spells that I came across with mullein is an American folklore spell that if you twist the stem so that it's not broken but it is cracked, if the flower and the stem continue to survive, your loved one is true, and if it dies, your loved one is not true. But I wouldn't do it because it has such a short time of blooming that I think it's a real shame to just twist it off and see if it lives or dies. You can infuse mullein in oils, and then you can anoint and dress candles with the oil from the mullein, or the infused oil with the mullein in it, to dress candles for love spells and for acts of healing. So again, another really lovely versatile herb. So that's mullein for you.
Thank you so much, Natasha, Layla and Jackie, for adding not only information, but glamour, beauty and sophistication. I can't carry the burden of that all on my own. So thank you for joining me today. People at home, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you have any information about mullein, what it could be used for, whether it's traditional, whether it's medicinal, whether it's culinary, then please add in the comment section what you have heard or what you have done yourself. We will see you next week on Gathering Nature. Take care, stay blooming lovely. Ta-ra.